Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I don't know why this looks cockeyed, but anyways, guys, this is the most the most excited I have been in quite some time. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but there are Wolverine news, or there is some Wolverine news to be reported on. And yes, I know I'm in a Deadpool shirt, but Wolverine is my number one favorite Marvel character. For those who don't know, now you know. For those who know, I love frickin' Wolverine. I've always loved Wolverine. From when I was a kid to now. But with these possible rumors and possible leaks and possible rumors going around, I hope that Hugh Jackman returns as Wolverine, because let's face it, it's going to be freaking hard to find a pretty good compelling Wolverine, aka James Howlett, aka Logan. For those who don't know who James Howlett and Logan are, that is Wolverine's name. James Howlett, Logan, and the Wolverine. Or better yet, the animal. Also, we need more we need Berserker Rage, okay? We just need that. Also, what we do need and deserve is Hulk versus Wolverine. Hulk versus Spider-Man. Or, sorry. Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Because, let's face it, there are other storylines you could do with Wolverine. Put him in the X-Force. He's been a member of the X-Force. Put him in the Avengers. He's been an Avenger. Put him in the new Fantastic Four. But for that to happen, we would need a really good Fantastic Four movie, which sadly we haven't had in quite some time. Don't get me wrong, I love the 2000s ones, the Fox ones. I really like both Fantastic Four 1 and Rise of the Silver Surfer, even though the 2015 one sucked donkey dicks like my mom's ass. I don't know if that makes any sense, but But what we've been missing for the last 22 years? Is the comic book accurate suit. And and a Hulk versus Wolverine film. Can we just please get that? And please don't cock tease us. Don't dick tease us with Berserker Rage or the comic book accurate suit that you guys did. Give us an actual comic book accurate suit. Please. Please. If Hugh Jackman does return to the role of Wolverine, stop dick playing us and give us that comic book accurate suit. Not the 1960s version. Cause to be honest, that was kind of weird. And really, really early stages of Wolverine's development. I'm talking real comic book accurate, like maybe 70s to 80s accurate suit. And if you want to try like throwing some if you want to throw in the 90s animated show series and the 2000s animated series, go. Fine, great. Throw those bad boys into the mix too. But it has to be comic book accurate-ish. In live action. Just give us a live action version of that suit, because it's really hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be harder than a motherfucker to please the Wolverine fans, the diehard Wolverine fans. Plus, what can you do that hasn't already been done with Wolverine? I mean, there are teams you could put him in, but you could put him in X-Force if that's a thing, if that's gonna be a thing. You could make him an Avenger. You could raise him from the dead. You could have him be... You could have a sequel where he's in hell and he gets those hot ass freaking claws. You could do a sequel where Daphne Keane takes up the mantle of Wolverine in the MCU, or as the MCU goes on further, and you when by like the third film, raise him from the dead. You have two perfect sequels for that. Do that. Do that. Do two more Wolverine sequels. One showing Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in hell, and a living base sequel with Daphne Keane taking up the mantle after her father's after the events of Logan. That could be really cool. I mean, technically they are somewhat in the MCU now. But I don't know how that's gonna be integrated into the MCU, which honestly I think the better option would be two different Wolverine films, both taking place after the events of Logan. One with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, aka Wolverine in Hell, and Daphne Keene's trilogy following up on the Earth-based side of things, and another 3 with Wolverine trying to get back to Earth from Hell. That would be awesome. That would be freaking awesome. That's just me. I mean, that sounds pretty good. But also you could place Wolverine 3, I mean Deadpool 3 in with Hugh Jackman just before his passing, or before he dies in the year, because Logan, the events of Logan, takes place in 2029. You could place it in the year 2026, which gives us 3 more years before Logan dies, or before that iteration of Wolverine dies. And who knows? That year, 2029, could be you could say he died in the MCU, which works. You don't have to shoot yourself in the fucking foot. And 2, you could just say, yeah, they've been here pretty much all along. They just died and they did their own thing after mutants died. And it works. You don't have to like explain too much. Because, let's face it, Wolverine and the X-Men, we pretty much know everything that's gone down with X-Men and Wolverine so far. So, you could just say the X-Men team and the main X-Men team and everything that transpired before, during, and after was already in the MCU and took place before, during, and after the events of Iron Man, Avengers. They were just busy doing their own thing, and they just retired. Heck, they just gave up because they just didn't want to deal with saving the world anymore, because at this point they just were like, you know what, we give up. We're just gonna do our own thing. Plus, they had Madripoor, freaking Madripoor in Falcon and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. If that does not scream, hey, Hugh Jackman, come back, I don't know what will or what does. But that's just me. That's just my hopes. I love Wolverine. I want Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine again. Just as much as the next person. But we have to wait and see what happens. Because right now it's just rumors. And speculation. And teases. And possible teases. I don't know. But if this is true, if Hugh Jackman is teasing and is going to be Wolverine again, give us new storylines. Give us new... Give us new enemies that we haven't seen him fight. Both when he wasn't a part of the X-Men, when he wasn't a part of the X-Force, or before he joined the X-Force. Give us that, at least. Shed some light on that scene where he's talking to Yukio, and he's like, many people have tried killing me. I ain't gonna die. Give us that scene. Give us some storylines where that is true. Instead of doing the whole Weapon X, Super Soldier, joining the X-Men, Wolverine X-Men team that we've come to know and love throughout the 2000s. So give us much more of what Wolverine's 197 years that isn't about him getting the antimanium claws, or joining the X-Men and post killing Jean Grey from X-Men 3 Last Stand, which is secretly a great film. Yes, I know, I know why I said that, because it is a secretly good film, no matter what. Say what you will, I know. It's pretty bad, but the only bad thing is the use and the mishandling of the Phoenix Force saga. That's the only bad part about it. About X-Men 3 Last Stand. Is that plot, which... okay. But anyways, give us that. Give us something we haven't seen from Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Give us Wolverine vs. Hulk trilogy, please. That would be freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Heck, you could even set it before he goes into outer space. You can make the first Wolverine vs. Hulk film before he goes to outer space in 2015. And then you could do a sequel with Hulk versus Wolverine, where it is during the 5-year blip, or the in between the snap, the blip, the 5-year blip. You could do it that way for the sequel. And then for the third film, in the final trilogy, right? You could place it in 2026 after some time has passed, which could work. I mean, and then you could do it. You could have him join the X-Force somewhere between the sequel of Hulk versus Wolverine and that, which could work. Who knows? Anything's possible. I would love to see that. And you could do other, you can put him in other films. You can put him anywhere and still have that iconic Wolverine. Heck, you could even put him in the Defenders, if that works. But hey, I think he's been a part of the Defenders roster. I think. Could be mistaken. But who knows? That's just what I think and what I feel. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys so far. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.